Battle of the Trident.
Granted, I'm vibing with 90% of Robert, but then we see how that led off, and I vibe with some of Viserys points, but some, and no, I can't vibe with the Mad King, but and some of his ancestors, I vibe with, you know what I'm saying, but when it come to my present day, you know what I'm saying, season 1, season 2, no sir.
It may have been an important victory for the usurper.
So we're gonna have to see where you go,
But it was
Tywin.
the treachery and barbarism of Tywin Lannister that sealed the fate of the Targaryen dynasty. My father, King Aerys, had ever been a friend to the Lions of the Rock. Aerys graciously brought Tywin to court, making him the youngest hand of the king in history. He gave him power. He gave him respect. He made it possible for Tywin to restore House Lannister to glory. Aerys and Tywin governed side by side for 20 prosperous years. Still, when the usurper called his banners in rebellion, Tywin Lannister ignored his king's pleas for help and stayed holed up in his stronghold of Casterly Rock. In time, my brother, Prince Rhaegar, was dead. The realm was in turmoil, and the usurper's forces were said to be riding for King's Landing. What a glorious sight it must have been when a force of 10,000 Lannister men showed up at the gate of the capital with Lord Tywin at their head, pledging support to his beleaguered king. Aerys opened the gates for his old friend. Instead, Lannister and his men proceeded to plunder and destroy the city that he had called home for decades. As the capital was ravaged and its people terrorized, Jaime Lannister, son of Lord Tywin, proved every bit as treacherous. He killed my father, the king, at the foot of the Iron Throne. The Lannisters entered the Red Keep, and Tywin ordered the deaths of the rest of the royal family. It is said Princess Rhaenys was found cowering under her father's bed and put to the sword. She was only a child. As for Rhaegar's widow, Elia, she was forced to watch as Lannister thugs dashed her baby son's head against a wall before being raped and murdered herself. As I was the heir to my father's throne, I had been spirited away to Dragonstone with my mother, Queen Rhaela, who was with child. As a raging summer storm battered the island fortress and destroyed the Targaryen fleet as it lay at anchor, my sister, Daenerys, was born. My mother, the Queen, died giving birth. Now, some 17 years later, the rightful king still lives in exile. But a day of reckoning is coming. I will sail west as Aegon the Dragon did centuries before.
Hold on, Daenerys supposed to be 17?
With blood and fire. And I will punish the treacherous dogs who sought to destroy my family. And the people shall rejoice.
I could mess with my guy's voice, but I just put it to Viserys' face, and then I start flashing back.
In the snow-capped mountains of the moon, standing high above the rich lands of the Vale, stands the Eyrie. A storied and impregnable fortress, said to have been built by the legendary Mountain Kings in the Age of Heroes. It is the stronghold of House Arryn, one of the oldest noble families in Westeros. Their sigil, a soaring falcon over a crescent moon. Their words, as high as honor. The Arryns are direct descendants of the Andal invaders, who sailed across the narrow sea and came ashore at the Fingers. According to legend, Sir Artus Arryn known as the Winged Knight, soared through the sky atop a giant falcon, landing on the peak of the highest mountain where he defeated the Griffin King in battle. It was the Andal's first great victory over the First Men, and Sir Artis was duly rewarded. He was declared King of the Mountain and the Vale, and the region was renamed the Vale of Arryn. Thousands of years later, Aegon the Conqueror arrived in Westeros. House Arryn bent the knee to Aegon and his dragons, and were allowed to maintain the control of the region as Lords Paramount of the Vale and Wardens of the East. Over the centuries, House Arryn remained loyal to the Targaryen dynasty, until Lord Jon Arryn joined with Houses Baratheon and Stark in rebellion against Mad King Aerys. Upon winning the Iron Throne, Robert named Lord Jon Hand of the King, a position he held until his mysterious death.
That's a little side note. I wouldn't be me if I didn't say it, bro. And I haven't. That's a lie. That's a lie, because Bazungas be out in damn near every episode, and I have to make a comment. But I ain't gonna lie. It's a couple words you was saying. I heard a little raspy voice in there, and I think the little raspy voice a little sexy. Hold on.
On the far western coast of the continent, high atop a rocky promontory overlooking the Sunset Sea,
that should look like the son of Mortis, like
ancestral seat of House
Miro.
Lannister. Below it lies Lannisport, one of the great cities of Westeros, a center for trade, culture, and the great Lannister fleet.
See, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. Y'all gotta hold this.
There are a number of gold and silver mines in the Westerlands.
I wouldn't be able to hold that for the rest of the video, dude.
Of Westeros. One of the most productive mines lies beneath Casterly Rock itself, making House Lannister the wealthiest of all the noble houses. This allows House Lannister to finance...
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I was thinking about that fart for a good 30 seconds, dude. I'm gonna have to run that shit back a little bit.
Making it the richest trade, culture, ancestral seat of House Lannister. Below it lies Lannisport, one of the great cities of Westeros, a center for trade, culture, and the great Lannister fleet. There are a number of gold and silver mines in the Westerlands, making it the richest region in all of Westeros. One of the most productive mines lies beneath Casterly Rock itself, making House Lannister the wealthiest of all the noble houses. This allows House Lannister to finance many endeavors of other noble houses. Even the king himself has sought credit from Casterly Rock from time to time. We Lannisters claim our descent from the Andal invaders, and through the female bloodline, Lann the Clever. According to the legend, Lann, using only his wits, won Casterly Rock from the noble House of Casterly during the Age of Heroes. The Lannisters reigned as kings of the Rock for thousands of years, and worked to make it the envy of the rest of the Seven Kingdoms. Our time as kings ended, however, when Aegon Targaryen, otherwise known as Aegon the Conqueror, arrived in Westeros with his army. The last king of the Rock, King Loren Lannister, joined forces with King Mern Gardener, the king of the Reach. Together, with 60,000 men, they met the Targaryen host in open battle. History tells us that Aegon unleashed all 3 of his dragons, slaughtering 4,000 men at what came to be known as the Field of Fire. King Mern himself was burned alive that day,
shit look cool as hell right there.
Turned to ash with him. Seeing both the threat and opportunity,
I gotta look that up if there's some
Targaryens represented,
like a shirt or something.
Loren wisely surrendered and aided Aegon in his further conquest of Westeros. The Lannisters were thus appointed Lords Paramount of the Westerlands and Wardens of the West, titles we hold to this day. Let us be clear, though. It is neither luck nor royal favor that makes our house prosperous. There have been times in our history where some have thought us weak, lazy, or opulent. My father, Titus Lannister, nearly bankrupted our house with his poor investments, and allowed himself to be mocked openly at court. When our vassal, the Rains of Castamere, dared to rise up against the Lannisters, they learned how dangerous it can be to taunt a lion. I, Tywin Lannister, led the assault on Castamere to put down this rebellion. I made an example of them, to anyone who doubts our might. They even made a quaint song about the fates of the Rains of Castamere. Sadly, there are no Rains left to hear it. Today, the Golden Lion of Lannister is rightly admired and feared throughout the Seven Kingdoms. Our words are, "Hear me roar." But there are other words that should be remembered when crossing a Lion of Casterly Rock. A Lannister always pays his debts.
The Starks of Winterfell trace their descent to the first men in the Age of Heroes. The family's founder was Brandon the Builder, who...
Alright, I got a question. Like, it might be different for the other ones, but, I know I'm supposed to watch this after the season. But why? Like, this seems... Like I said, the other ones could be different. The other ones could be, like, talking about all the events in season 1 and 2, like if it's season 2, season 1 and 2, and then the third one could be talking about all the events in season 3. Like, I don't know about those ones, but this one, this seems like something I could watch. I'm trying to think. Yeah, honestly, this seems like something I could watch before the show, and it would have been better. Like, it would have made more sense for me. Because I'm trying to think, is there something where it's just like, if I watch this when I watched it in the show, like if there's like some sort of plot line, I would what was it called? I would like just remember back to this, and it'll kind of like be spoiled. Cause I feel like this will clue me into some other things. Like, for instance, when it came to the Lannisters, I'm just watching this show, like, unless the show tells me different, I'm going off like going back to that time period, and then IRL, like, for instance, how do I explain this? Like, unless the show tells me different, and we're not talking about present day, we're talking about, you know, if this was our world, that time period, if there's some sort of rules within their lore, unless they tell me different, I'm just gonna be basing things off like how I would see things IRL. So when it came to Lannisters, like, there's like 3 moments where I'll like say something and it'll be like, oh, cause they have blonde hair, and I'm like, well, I wouldn't expect, like, that's not something that I would expect, because I just assume some people have blonde hair, some people have this hair, but apparently that was something to the lore.
in the aftermath of the Long Night, helped establish the Night's Watch.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't hear shit you said,
The
Bran.
Starks of Winterfell trace their descent to the first men in the Age of Heroes. The family's founder was Brandon the Builder, who, in the aftermath of the Long Night, helped establish the Night's Watch. Legend has it he enlisted the aid of giants and the powerful magic of the Children of the Forest to raise the mighty wall, which has protected the realm for generations. He went on to build the ancestral seat of Winterfell and reigned as the first king in the north.
The Starks reigned as kings for thousands of years, even withstanding the invasion of the Andals. As the southern kingdoms fell and the Children of the Forest were driven away, the North stood strong, maintaining its religious customs and its way of life. Eventually, the reign of the Kings of Winter came to an end with the coming of Aegon the Conqueror. After Aegon and his dragons destroyed the combined armies of the Reach and the Rock at the Field of Fire, King Torrhen Stark bent the knee and swore fealty to the Targaryen dynasty in order to spare the destruction of Winterfell and his people.
That's, bruh. I'm in my mind. I was about to say, yo, he looks scary as shit. Then bro hit me with one of these. I'm like, bro, don't look at me, dude. Look somewhere else.
In order to spare the destruction of Winterfell and his people. He was forever after known as the King Who Knelt. As a reward for his submission, Aegon named Torrhen Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North.
The Starks take great pride in their history and traditions. It is one of the few noble houses that still keeps the old gods. The sacred weirwood tree looms large in Winterfell's godswood. Its ancestral sword, Ice, was forged in ancient Valyria and has been passed down through the generations. House Stark remains steadfast in its support of the Night's Watch, even as the once illustrious order has fallen on hard times. Much like their sigil, the Grey Direwolf, House Stark is the stuff of legend in the north and throughout the Seven Kingdoms. And their family words, "Winter is coming,"
serve as a reminder of their beginnings in the wake of the Long Night and a grim portent of things to come.
Damn, bro, can you let man's like say what he need to say? It's like they both started saying it, and I'm like, okay. Next thing you know, Bran was non-existent, dude. His voice said, I'm up out of here. But golly, 90 minutes. Golly. Yeah, like I was saying, when it comes to because that's so far, that's what I'm planning to do when it comes to after the season. Oh, excuse me. After the season, like, dude, like the trailer and stuff, and like for the next season, and then do the history and lore. But like this one just got me thinking, like it could be different for the other ones. So y'all let me know if it's different for the other ones. By the time this video drops, I'll probably be like maybe like halfway done with the season. Actually, that's a goddamn lie. I'll probably be done with. So if you see any video by Game of Thrones season 2, most likely I recorded the whole season. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I'm taking that week off. And let's see, because I'm about to record one tomorrow. I'm recording one on the 31st. Like y'all see, it's the 27th. Recording one on the 31st. And then the last two that I'm recorded is on the 6th. And when do I return? This video is dropping. Yeah, this video is dropping on 8th. So not this video, but the first part of these is dropping on the 8th. So that's tough. But Also, are we gonna see like? Are we gonna get to see any? Like how I said, this will. I know we're most likely not gonna see this in House of the Dragon. I feel like that's gonna be a mini series unless they try to continue to have it be a thing, and it's literally the whole span. That shit could be fire though. I don't know any. I haven't read any of the books. I haven't read any books. Obviously, I would know more lore if I read the books. And honestly, yo, when I say share with your friends, cause that low key just got me excited, dude. Cause whenever I don't have to work mother job, like my current main employment, and I could just make videos, I could start reading again, bro. I got like a whole bookshelf of shit that I've only read a little bit, bro. Not a little bit. I read a lot, but in compared to everything that I got, it's a little bit. But after that point, like, I might be able to buy it in, you know what I'm saying? And check out the books. But I ain't finna spend no money if I can't be able to have time to read. Oh, that one was cough was nasty. Yeah, I need to hit a Hall of Fame beverage right after this video. But let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. If you like the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, share with your friends. Stay tuned for the next one. And I guess I'm gonna just start saying it because I need to start getting into the flow of saying it. Hit that bell icon so you can be notified. I've never said this. Bro, I had just going on videos channels by myself. I had like, let me see, hold up, boom. All right, let's just say 5 or 6. I'm not about to say the names right now, and I keep messing up my count. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's say 5 or 6 channels. I've been making videos since 2015. It hasn't been non-stop, but like in this channel, I got like 200 videos or something like that. Gaming channel, I got like 800 videos. Main channel, probably got like 15 videos. I'm not really gonna post on that until, you know, I get more time. Like I said, when it came to, you know, the job and stuff, I work, you know, like 50 hours a week, bruh. And not a single one of the videos I ever said hit a bell icon. But you know what I'm saying, these gonna be a 4-part, so I guess it's not really too crazy if I talk too long. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, bruh. If you like the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, share with your friends. Stay tuned for the next one. It's been a reaction by the world's coolest nerd, and I'm out. Peace.